As promised, I would do this additional video covering my thoughts for the Season 3 Return trailer. As I mentioned in Ask the Night 241, or no, 141, excuse me, I'm not that far ahead. Or am I? I don't know. It's a bittersweet feeling for knowing that Season 3 is returning, but as it says in the trailer, the final countdown. Like, after these next 8 episodes, that is it. From this incarnation of Thunderbirds. And I suppose in some weird way it is closure, because the airing dates and the production dates have kind of been all over the place ever since the first season began airing on April 5, 2015, 5 years ago next April. I mean, with Season 1, there was only a gap of 3 months, as Stephen Walker and Florgo highlighted in the last episode of SKL. Season 2, there was a heck of a length between the first half and then going to the second. Where Season 3, it's been, ironically, split into 3 parts, with the first third occurring for just 9 weeks from Easter 2018, then it returning in May of this year, and now the last 8 episodes are going to return in January, but so far there has been no confirmation from ITV Studios that there is going to be a 4th season, although Lee Majors has expressed an interest in reprising his role as Jeff Tracy should ITV decide to do a 4th season. I don't know what ITV's thinking is with this. Maybe they feel like there's nothing to be gained from with Jeff Tracy being back in the fold, but considering how iconic this character is, whether it be from the comics, the original TV series, or to that movie, although to be fair to Bill Paxton in that role, he was one of the very few saving graces of that movie, aside from the ships, although that would imply there were a lot of saving graces in that movie, which there weren't. Whilst it looks impressive with what they're doing, I have a few issues with the trailer. I understand the idea of making Thunderbirds 3 and 5 prepared for deep space travel. Although in one of the shots you can clearly see Thunderbird 2 going over an asteroid belt in space. There's a little bit of a problem that I have with this. When you consider all the necessary additions that Thunderbird 2 had to have put onto her in long haul just to be able to escape Earth's gravity and be able to do the necessary travel from Earth and to go to the spaceport. And here we see her going through space without said add-ons. It does make me look and think, hang on, did you not remember what happened in Season 2? And it's the same thing when I look at Thunderbird 1 going through space. I mean, are these just elements used from Solar Crisis, where Thunderbirds 1 and 2 journey from Earth to Venus just to be able to repair Thunderbird 3 and bring her back home? And there's also this idea that Thunderbird's shadow is going to be going out into space. I'm okay with Thunderbirds 3 and 5 being put together as a means of being able to support each other with the T-Drive that was intended for Zero X. But I'm not sure I'm okay with this idea of all the Thunderbirds coming together in this Power Rangers Megazord formation. Although if there ever were going to be a Thunderbirds parody of Power Rangers, Scott would most definitely be the Red Ranger. I'm just having this weird image now of the Power Rangers in the command center, but when they take off the helmet, it's not Jason Zach Trini Billy and Kimberly. It's Scott, Virgil, Alan, Gordon, John, and KO. Carolyn, I know you're watching. You're thinking it already. Just this image now of Scott with the morpher in front of him and just shouting out Tyrannosaurus or Thunderbird 1. But yeah, jokes aside, that's probably the only thing about the trailer that I'm most critical of. Is just this idea of bringing 5 Thunderbirds together to be able to go into deep space. And it's almost taking on a kind of Star Trek vibe with it, with this idea of the Tracys going into deep space. And now all of a sudden I'm getting Thunderbirds The Next Generation. And maybe like having Jeff Tracy wearing Picard's uniform. Carolyn's just going, right, let me just get my fingers dusted off. Although KO as Counselor Troy, I could see it. And Brains as Mr. Data. That'd be cool. No. That would be either Brayman or Max. Brains would be kind of cool with Geordie LaForge's visor. You know, that'd be a cool look for Brains. So if we've got Jeff Tracy as Picard, Scott would most definitely be Commander William Riker. Yeah, I got this image now of the USS Thunderbird Enterprise. Okay. But in all seriousness, I'm of a little bit of a mixed viewpoint with the trailer. I'm happy that the series is back, but I'm not happy that it's going to be ending. And I'm not happy with this idea of bringing all of the flight-capable Thunderbirds together to form, I believe, what is being referred to as Thunderbird X or Thunderbird 10. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still optimistic in some regard that there can be a 4th season. Because to just abandon the concept and potential continuation and stories of what could be done with Lee Majors now in the role of Jeff Tracy, there's quite a few things that you could do with that. I mean, I don't know, again, what ITV have got planned. They obviously have something going forward, because I don't want it to be one of those situations where they bring Jeff home and that's it. That, to me, I don't know, it would feel, in some sense, it would be something accomplished, but you want to feel like there's something more to it afterwards, you know. What could the situation be with how he settles back in? And I've said this quite a few times before regarding this show. Would there be possible confrontations with Scott over what would be the best foot forward? What would be the best plan to deal with this particular rescue? You know, would he observe from his chair for a while and watch Scott dictate the missions and what have you? I would actually like to see that happen, because Jeff would actually want to see what has become of his sons in his absence. And I think to have it end in that short space of time and not to see any possible continuation, I just don't think it's the right thing to go forward with. It is the right thing to bring Jeff Tracy back into the fold, but I would want to see what more they could do. And that is my thought process going into this last portion of Season 3. There should be a Season 4, but I don't think ITV are going to do it. those are obviously their plans and intentions, and that's it. The only thing I could say that could possibly be of any assistance whatsoever is make your voices heard on social media. Go and say on the YouTube channel, saying, with the hashtag, we want season 4. Say it on Facebook, say it on Instagram, say it to them on Twitter, saying, look, we want a 4th season. We want to see where this will go, because there's so much potential. How will the Hood react to one of his nemesis, being back in the fold? I don't know. Those have been my thoughts regarding the Season 3 return trailer. And, like I say, get your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you want to see the series continue to a 4th season, or are you content with the journey ending at Season 3? You know my thoughts on it. I want a 4th season, but if you do, leave your thoughts with the hashtag, we want Season 4. And like I say, make your voices heard to ITV and the Thunderbirds Are Go social media channels. Let them know what you think. Support more sales of the DVD. Support more sales of the merchandise. Do what you must and do what you can to get your voices heard. And that also reminds me, with regards to the new toy line, it seems a little bit, I don't know if asinine is the right word, but to bring out a new toy line with a new manufacturer and distributor just to have the series end when you're bringing out a new toy line, that just seems very ill-advised. There you go, ill-advised, that's the word. But yeah, do what you can, folks, because I'll do what I can. Until next time, this is MJ Knight saying good night from the night, and Thunderbirds are go.